Well, any young boy or girl who goes out to bat for the first time, stand at the top of their mark to deliver their first ball, or even take the gloves to stand behind the wickets, always has a dream of one day wearing the baggy green cap. Well, joining me is a lady who dreamt, and her dreams did come true. She is known as Baggy Cap number 90. I'm proud and delighted to say that she's made the special trip from Wagga to Club Menangle tonight to join me. I refer to Julie Stockton. Well, Julie, welcome to Club Menangle. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to put on a nice night, but hopefully you're having a fabulous time.
Oh, I certainly am. It's been lovely. Just lovely.
Julie, I mentioned in the introduction about every young girl and boy who dreams of wearing the baggy green cap of Australia. Can you show us your baggy green cap, number 90?
Number 90? Pretty proud of it too. Yeah. I can show it to you, or I can put it on, or, yeah, all of the above.
That's about the closest I will ever get, but what a fabulous item. Julie, why is it revered and respected so much throughout the cricketing world?
Oh, I think it's because it's the final achievement to play for your country. There could be no bigger achievement that you could ever get than to represent your own country.
But we don't hear of any other nation's cap spoken in the same way as that baggy green.
Well, we're Aussies, aren't we? So we're pretty renowned for treasuring what we do. So that would be probably stemming from that, yeah.
Julia started out as a young girl playing in the Balmain district, and you had to play against the boys to get a game.
Yeah, well, there was no like girls' comps back in those days when I started out, so I just always went along with my brother and just played right through the boys' comp. You know, your 10s, 12s, 14s, 16s. So I went right through playing with the boys.
Yeah, playing on all those fabulous ovals, Drummoyne Oval, the Outers, Timbrell Park, Five Dock, I can go on, the list is endless. How were you received by other boys playing against you?
Oh, it was always great. They could just get the girl out. Well, it sometimes didn't happen. So, like for me, it was a great achievement because they tried so much harder. And I did very, very well because I tried harder too, I think, when your competition's hard.
So you left the grade area. So how did you move into the next level of cricket?
Well, I played for the YWCA Women's in the afternoon cricket, which was the ladies' comp. And from there I got picked to play for state cricket, but that was 13, I think I was, very young. And when I first got picked to go and play for Australia, I was 16. So actually 17 when I first went overseas. So it was very, very good. Yeah.
Now, playing for New South Wales at such a tender age, you must have had plenty of idols and heroes growing up. Now you're sitting in the dressing room with them. Who in particular stood out?
In ladies cricket, for me, it would have had to been the likes of, say, Sharon Treadray. She was a Victorian, and just players like that I hadn't seen. So, yeah. Maybe not so much idols, but people I thought were very, very competitive.
You made your debut against Victoria in 1975-76 season.
Yeah, well, that was good because they put me captain for that, so that was a bit of an eye-opener because only being 19 and the ladies that were in the New South Wales team had been there for a good 10 years on me, so to be in charge of them was a pretty scary thought, but it was all good.
Julie, you mentioned your age, 19, when you were selected to captain New South Wales. In fact, you were 19, 252 days. You became the youngest New South Wales cricket captain, male or female, and you held that record for over 50 years.
Wow, I'm doing good, aren't I? I didn't even realise that, but yeah, no, it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a couple of years ago. Hannah Darlington, she was 19 and a lot less as far as the days were concerned, was selected to top you from that top spot.
Well, she's done well too because, as you realise, when you're at that age, the players before you have been there for a very, very long time, like, you know, some 10, 12, 13 years. So to be in charge of them, it's a great honour. It's really, really a great honour to think that you've got that responsibility at 19, to think you've got the capacity to be in charge. It's a pretty nice honour.
Julie, you became baggy cap number 90 playing against New Zealand, and on debut, the Kiwis went in first, 254. You took a couple of early catches to settle the nerves behind the stumps.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually ever got real nervous. I was just out there to win, so that was my greatest formula. So, yeah, nervous probably not, but Yeah, I'm honoured to be there.
There was a lot of controversy going into that test. The previous captain had been sacked. There was a few players from the same state of Victoria were going to boycott the game. Were you aware of all the drama that was going on?
Well, as funny as it is, I probably wasn't aware of it at the time because I was just more excited that I had stomped my ground and waited to be picked, and then to be picked in my own position. I was just more excited than worried about all the aftermath of what went on. But it wasn't until I went to Melbourne and played that I realised how anti me and New South Wales they were. So, yeah, that was a bit of an eye-opener.
Well, certainly an eye-opener because your first go at the crease for Australia against the Kiwis, as I mentioned, 254, early trouble, 1 for 19. You go to the wicket at number 3, peel off a nice 117 on debut.
Well, that's good, isn't it? That's good, yeah, because I said I felt I'd waited my time and everything, and to go out and show people finally that you can do it and you're capable, that's the ultimate, just to prove your point type of thing.
Julie, the trip to England made headlines for one major reason. The first time ladies were allowed to play at Lord's. What was that experience like?
Well, that was actually quite brilliant because ladies weren't even allowed in the dressing rooms at Lord's, so it was a great honour for us to be allowed even like in their domain, let alone play on their ground. So it was massively huge in England when that all happened, but that was mainly brought around by Rachel Hayhoe Flint, that was very terrific in the English cricket over there at that stage. So she was a very, very driving pioneer of that, and we were just the lucky Aussies to be the first.
And Julie, the opportunity to experience the long room, the aura about that particular section of Lord's.
Oh yeah, it was amazing because hallowed. Everyone was like, women are never allowed, and there we are in all the mix of it, and yeah, it was just a very, very great honour for us to be allowed to play there.
Yeah, for that trip, surprisingly, you had to pay for your own accommodation, airfares, your own uniforms, including the pocket, the Australian emblem, and also your kit. What did contrast to today?
Well, contrast today, I think they get everything paid for, and they're doing brilliantly well. They've got great sponsors, they've got great coaches, they've got everything going for them. Back in our day, it was every man for themselves, or every woman for themselves, so to speak. So we had to do a lot of fundraising. Like me, I was only like a 17-year-old kid. So I had a lot of fundraising done for me to make that trip. That was a trip of a lifetime for me. So, yeah.
1978, you're a member of the Australian one-day international team to lift the World Cup for the first time for the ladies, and now they just win it. It's become second nature.
Well, they're pretty impressive, aren't they? They're a very, very impressive group. And I'm not saying that we weren't back in our time, but, that they get thousands to their games. We get hundreds if we got hundreds. So very different era, very different everything.
Yeah, there are very different conditions, no doubt, as far as the playing fields themselves, but also the fact that the support staff now that you see go with a team is unbelievable.
That's massive. That's what I said. Like, if we were given the same opportunities, like, who would know how absolutely brilliant most of us could have been? Like, even though I think we were pretty impressive, like, to be given all that extra, even the bats and everything,
Are you still a keen watcher of the game?
I love it. Women's cricket's brilliant. It's great to watch. It's very competitive. They all get in and have a good crack at it. Yeah, they're very, very good to watch.
Julie, as a young 17-year-old breaking into the New South Wales team, the international scene, could you have ever imagined what the women's game would be like today?
My God, no. No. I wish I was 30 years younger. I just wish.
What about the likes of Adam Gilchrist took wicket-keeping batting to another level, and to a level where it's going to be very hard to surpass. You started that trend as far as the ladies' game was concerned, and now Lisa Healy has taken it to that next level.
Yeah, well, she's great. She's no other words for Alicia Healy but sensational. But yeah, we had some pretty handy players too in our time, and it's all about timing, isn't it? Like, I was back in the day, they're in today, and they're doing women's cricket proud, aren't they?
Of your teammates, who do you remember fondly?
Fondly? Oh, gee, I had some good friends. Maybe the tread race, Sharon and Jeanette, Marie Lucchini, Karen Price, just to name a few, Jan Lumsden. I can sort of rattle off a few that I was in awe of, and there's just a handful I can name.
Does it surprise you when you're watching the game today and the commentators still refer to you as one of our finest?
Well, that's pretty nice, isn't it? I like that. I don't know whether it be true, but I do like it. That's a nice comment.
Well, I think your record says so. Julie, as far as harness racing is concerned, you're no stranger to that either. Your son Jake, trainer, driver, owner in his own right, and also now manager of Wingate Stud.
Well, Jake is doing brilliantly well. I'm so proud of him. He is a very, very lateral thinker, thinks on his feet, and with the support of his family, he has done absolutely brilliant. And he's going places. He's going places, and he wants to, and he will.
We have a horse trotting around today, or tonight from the Emma Stewart stable called Storm Rider, one of the strong fancies for one of the Gold Bullion finals. The dam is the Baggy Green. Now, Jake bought that horse in honour of his mum.
Well, that's pretty nice. He's done something like that. He sort of didn't tell me that, but yeah, if that's the case, it's very nice, yeah.
Well, it's nice to have a horse running around tonight with the dam called the Baggy Green. You're here tonight with the Baggy Green. Juliet, this has been an honour, as I said previously. I've known the family for many, many years. Your brother John always thought he was the best cricketer in the family until his little sister came about. But he was a wonderful cricketer in his own right, and this has been such an honour. And we hope you have a wonderful night here at Common Eagle.
And thank you for entertaining me and my family and putting on such a lovely a show for us, and very, very lovely.
It's been an honour. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you very much. Great.